Am I doing all right?
Yeah, you're delayed.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me? I don't know what happened, guys. We got kicked off. Got kicked off. Sorry. Can you hear me, guys? Hello? Yeah, sorry. We're back on. I got kicked off for some reason. I think we just overpowered Facebook. We overloaded it. I think we just, yeah, overloaded it. I'm really sorry. Sorry, guys. We got kicked off, so just bear with me. I don't know, Adrian, what happened? We just got kicked off. I think it just overloaded. Too many people, probably all at once, I think. I'm not sure. So, I don't know why we got kicked off, but we're back on. They're not going to get rid of me that easily. They got a fight in their hands, man. I'm here. Everyone's joining up again, so I'll just give it another couple of minutes, guys. Katarina's back on. Glenn. Hey, Glenn. How are you? Maybe it has a time limit. No, I don't think so. I'm not sure if it has a time limit. But no, I don't think so. Just told me that just got disconnected. So sorry about that, guys. Because I can tell you what's happening from my end. My Facebook is going absolutely crazy. My inboxes, there is tons of questions coming through. So I think it's just getting a little bit overloaded all at the same time. People are requesting to become friends, coming from the Clothesline Diet Club, coming over to the Karen Gatt page. So everything's all happening all at once. So probably that's what's going. I'm glad you're good, Glenn. You're kicking butt too, hun. Good stuff. All right, just a little bit more and I'll get this one going. Okay, everyone's starting to join back again. That's good. Sorry about that, guys. We just got kicked off. So bear with me. I don't want to start this question before you get on because it's a really good one. Okay, good stuff. Excellent. Very good. All right, I'm gonna start off with this other question. We've got Linda from Melbourne. Her question was, I can't get motivated. Do you have any ideas? This is such a great question, guys. I just can't get motivated. Do you have any ideas? Now, with motivation, this is very, very important. It doesn't come down to motivation. If you've got the passion and if you've got the hunger and if you know why you want to succeed, you don't need to look for motivation because motivation will come to you. And that's honest. If you are really if you really know what you want, for an example, for me, on a personal note, before I started my journey, I knew that I hit rock bottom. I knew that I absolutely hated myself. And I know hate is a huge word, guys. It really is. But I have to say that I really hated myself to the point that I would spit at myself in the mirror. So when I made the decision to change my life, I knew that I had to change my mindset, obviously, right? So the thing is, I had to not only find the motivation, because I was nowhere near motivated at 140 kilos to start walking. There was no way I could do that. But I had to find the motivation and the power from within to make the decision to change. Okay? To change. So the thing is, you need to, sorry, the computer's full of questions at the moment. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to do it. So you need to realize that you deserve better. You need to find that mindset shift. You need to find that mindset shift. And once you know that why you really want this, Motivation will come to you. When you are hungry to succeed, when you are hungry to achieve what you want to, believe me, it will come to you. So always remember that. Don't go looking for motivation, because if you're the one that has to look for motivation, it's telling you something. It really is telling you something. And have a really good think about it. If you're looking for motivation every day to get to the gym, or to get to, you know, to where you have to be to work out, or whatever, honestly, something's not right. Something's not balanced. So my point is that I'm trying to say is, if you are the one chasing motivation, you're not quite ready to lose weight. You are not ready to make it that commitment. Because once you've made that commitment, guys, motivation will come to you. You're on fire. Rain, hail or shine, you're going to work out. You're going to walk. That's how I started. I walked in the rain. I walked in hail. I walked in 2 degrees. I walked in 42 degrees. Nothing was going to stop me. I didn't need no motivation. My mind gave me my motivation because I knew what I wanted to attack. So, you know, the question again remains, you know, do you have any ideas on how do I find my motivation? Absolutely. Absolutely I have. And that is, honestly, find the real reason why you want to lose weight. And believe me, you'll never look for motivation again. It will come to you. So great question, Belinda from Melbourne. Great question. People are still joining up from everywhere, guys. So bear with me. Bear with me. And we've got so many questions. Oh, okay, Glenn, I'm with you now. Thank you. Glenn's saying if we have a bad connection to keep talking, because then it'll just come up on its own again. Thank you. Good stuff. Okay. Fantastic. Okay, people are still joining and going for questions. Very good. Okay, we've got Casey from Sydney. Hi, Casey. Hope all is well. Okay, we've got another one. Lost the live feedback, but I'm back now. Glad you're back, Lisa. Hi, Adrian. How are you? He's from Brisbane. How are you, Adrian? Good stuff. Okay, Casey's question from Sydney. I'm motivated to walk and exercise, etc., but in a group, but not when I'm alone. Why is that? And what can I do to change it? Good question. I have a few people that are in the same boat. Look, I don't like the fact that people rely on one another to walk or exercise with a friend, sister, brother, cousin, or whatever. And I say this to members when they join up. Oh, good. When they join up. Okay, more questions are coming through, guys. There's questions everywhere. Okay, so for an example, if I've got 2 sisters that join up together, and I think it's wonderful that they do that. The thing is, I get a little bit nervous at the fact that if one doesn't come, the other one will pull out. So I believe that, you know, if you are one that constantly relies on working out with a friend or a cousin or whoever it may be, you're the type of person that maybe you are afraid and a little bit paranoid to be seen in a room to exercise on your own. And that could be, it could come from a lot of reasons. It could come from being bored. You're actually bored with your own self to exercise. It could be paranoia, that you feel a little bit embarrassed or ashamed or intimidated. So if you're with somebody else, especially if that person, unfortunately, sounds a bit harsh, but that person unfortunately might be a little bit bigger than you feel a little bit more comfortable walking into a gym, into a club, into an exercise, wherever, you know, with somebody else. So it could mean so much. But I need you to understand, never rely on anybody to work out with. Not your walking, not your exercise, nothing. Because I honestly believe, you know, whether you're you know, your fitness level is on a higher note. But I honestly believe that, you know, your friend, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your best friend, whoever it may be, they might slow your own performance down just by having a conversation. You know, I see this happen, you know, quite some time. You know, people, one's on the treadmill, one's on the cross trainer, and they're talking and they're talking and they're talking. All of a sudden, you're losing focus on what you're there for. So your fitness level automatically comes down, and your focus is because you're too focused on the conversation. So, you know, I'll give you another thing that Jason's going to kill me for this, but many times Jason and I will, you know, used to go walking. And my Jason is a talker. For those people that don't know, Jason is a talker. And so true, Karen. Yes, I know. And the thing is, you know, Jason and I will be walking. And I have to admit, and he knows this too, I'm a fast walker. So I know there and then that I'm not going to get my full-on workout because of the fact that, you know, Jason is that little bit slower. But once in a blue moon, I enjoy walking with Jason, obviously. But the thing is, I don't know what just popped up here. And the thing is, Jason talks, and obviously I can't be rude, so I've got to answer him back. Now, I notice we start on a fast pace. But as the conversation gets heated and we start talking, obviously I'm going to lose my focus and listen to him. He's going to lose his focus listening to me. Our breathing starts to change because the oxygen that we're taking in, we're actually wasting it on talk instead of, you know, burning off calories and burning off weight and sweat. So, you know, many times Jason would say to me, just go, you go in front of me. And I feel that it's rude for me to do that. So I know that I have to stay there. But I'm going to tell you honest, that used to happen once in a blue moon. When I want to seriously work out, I do it on my own. And today, with technology, you know, you've got your phones that you can have your music, your iPod, and, you know, you don't need that friend to have conversation. You've got plenty of time to make conversation. So don't lose motivation to go walking on your own, Casey. You know, start enjoying the time for you. Start making time for you. And it doesn't mean you're in a group environment that, you know, you got to sit there and talk and you're there to work out. You're there to work out. You know, I can work out by myself 24/7. It doesn't bother me. I walked around the Clothesline on my own. 17 years later, I've got a club. No one hardly sees me work out. I work in my own private time, and that's the way I want it. That's the way I am. So, yeah, so I hope that answers your question and some other ones. So keep them coming, guys. Thank you, Julia. I'm glad I'm motivating you, hun. Okay. We've got Rita from Newcastle. Hi, Rita. I hope you're on board here with us tonight. Newcastle. And your question is, do I have to eat breakfast, and how important is it? Because I really do hate it. Whoa. Great question, Rita. I constantly get asked this question because I do find a lot of people do hate breakfast, unfortunately. But I have to say it, the answer is absolutely yes. You got to have breakfast. You know, breakfast is the most important meal of your day. You've got to understand, you know, breakfast is what wakes your body up. It's what, you know, your body's waking up eating breakfast. Your metabolism starts to kick in, your heart rate, your energy level, your blood flow, everything's just working. It's all clockwork once you start eating breakfast. And, you know, I give this as an example to a lot of people. Imagine you've got a car in the garage in the heart of winter, or even in summer for that matter. You know, you've got a car that's been parked all night in the garage or in the driveway, and, you know, it's pretty fresh and whatever, and you're running late for work, and you just get up and go. You jump into the car. Because you're running late, there's no time to warm up that car. You just put it in reverse and out you go. How do you think that's going to affect that car? That's right. It's going to struggle. It's going to struggle because you didn't sit there and warm it up. We are that car, guys. We need the fuel. We need the fuel. We need to sit there. We got to eat to warm ourselves up, to start us up. Because The more you have breakfast, the more you're going to be energized to continue for the rest of your day. And if you don't have breakfast, your metabolism is going to be very, very low, which means you're going to burn off hardly nothing throughout that day. So even though you could be exercising or whatever, say for example, if you've done a workout and you should have lost, say, I don't know, because we're talking about calories, say you should have lost about 500 calories. If you had breakfast, right, you would have lost 500 calories. But if you didn't have breakfast, you would have lost 300, 350, because breakfast is what starts your everything. So it's very, very important. You will perform throughout the day so much better. And it's better to have a big breakfast than have a little one and have a big lunch. Do it vice versa, guys. Have your big breakfast, have your protein, your fiber, and you know, even carbs, it's all good, and kick off your day nice and fresh. And you know, imagine that car, you got to sit there and warm it up, especially in the cold winter, if you want it to perform good for you. And that's what we are. So remember that. So yes, Rita, breakfast is very important. Make sure you're eating breakfast. And you know, the thing is with breakfast too, I've noticed that a lot of people don't lose weight not eating breakfast. So, you know, it goes to show how important breakfast really is, guys. Like I said, it starts your metabolism. You burn off a lot more, you know, once you eat your breakfast. Thank you, Rita. Great question. Wow, we've got Sharon from New York. I hope you're online. It might be time difference is probably really hard here. Sharon from New York, thank you so much for writing in a question. You emailed this a couple of weeks ago and I kept it, and it's a great question. Okay, Sharon's question is, what exercise do you recommend? Okay, what exercise do I recommend? This is a bit of a tricky question, Sharon, as everybody is, you know, all on different fitness levels. So, you know, it's hard for me to say to you, you know, I want you to do, you know, 30 minutes of cardio, and I want you, because I don't know where you're at, how much you weigh, I don't know your fitness level. But let's talk about a little bit about where I came from. Me being 140 kilos, which is about, I think it's about, on top of my head, about the 280-pound mark. 300, actually about 300 pounds. I walked around the clothesline because my fitness level was zero, absolutely zero. So as each day went by, yes, I would add a little bit more time. As my fitness level got a bit higher, I would add a little bit more, and little steps, little steps, little steps. So for me as a beginner, I think I was beyond a beginner, because I see beginners here that join the club that do a hell of a lot more than what I did, and I walked around the clothesline. So I'm still requesting friends coming over from the other page. So, you know, so for you, if you are just a beginner and you can walk into a gym and work out and you're starting off, well, yeah, I do recommend, you know, a little bit of cardio. Strength training is fantastic, but always remember, take it nice and slow. We've got more questions coming through. Take it nice and slow. Build yourself up slowly, day by day, and don't worry about speed, because speed would come naturally. You know, once you get to that fitness level, your speed will increase, and it's little steps, like I said. But what I do recommend, I wish I knew what level you were at, Sharon, because I would help you and direct you a little bit better. But look, cardio is fantastic. Like I said, if you can get yourself into a gym, you know, treadmill work, cross trainer work, power walking, you know, skipping, they're all fantastic. A stepper, if you don't want to go to gym and you want to do things at home, you know, get yourself a little stepper from, you know, a cheap shop where you're stepping up on the steppers up and down. Get yourself a basketball. You can do ball squats, a medicine ball. You can do ball squats. You can do so much. Even a broomstick can help you work out. But thank you, Sharon. That is a fantastic question. But with your exercise, always look for something that you enjoy. That is very important. Okay, and it doesn't matter how long it'll take you to get to a particular time factor. If you're supposed to do 5 minutes on a cross trainer, stop and start. Especially if you're a beginner, stop and start. Doesn't matter how long you get there. I preach that in my club here with our 3-minute circuit. Especially beginners, they struggle. I mean, you know, some of them haven't even done squats in 15 years. So I'm not expecting you to do ball squats for 3 minutes. 3 minutes might not sound like a long time, but believe me, it actually is. So I recommend they do 10, they stop, have a breather. They do another 10. I don't care how you get to that 3 minutes, as long as you get there. And that's the same with you. If you want to go on the cross trainer and you give yourself 5 minutes, who cares how you get there? Just get there. Just get there. Doesn't matter, because next time you do it, your breaks will become shorter and shorter, and your exercise will increase and your speed will get better. And that's how it works. So great question, Sharon from New York. That was fantastic. Thank you. Can people relate to that? Yeah, they're coming through. Good stuff. Okay. Okay, we got some inboxes too. We've got Emma. Emma from Queensland. Hello, Emma. Hope you're online, hun. We did lose a lot of people when we cut off, unfortunately. So, yeah. Okay, so Emma from Queensland. How often do I have to exercise? I've been told 7 days. 7 days a week to exercise is a little bit, you know, I don't really... I'm not going to recommend 7 days. I'm being honest with you. I always like to allow my members and even myself at least 1 to 2 days of rest days, I call them. You need to allow your body to rest, refuel, re-energize, restore, rebuild. Now, the reason for that is because it's going to, you want it to get ready for the next workout. So there's nothing wrong by giving yourself a day or two to rest on it, because it is very important with your performance. And plus too, your muscles, everything will start to rest and you'll feel better within next time you work out. You don't want to burn yourself out, guys. That is very, very important. You do not want to burn yourself out. So always learn to space yourself. So, you know, little steps and work your way up. Don't go all the way up, because then you'll start going backwards. So it's little steps going forward. So that is really important. Okay, and another, I'm going to put a tip in here, which is really important, is I want people to really, really listen to this. Train yourself. Say you're 40 years old. We'll say 40. Train yourself to do the, you know, to do your exercise regime that you be able to continue to follow when you're, say for an example, 50, 55, maybe even 60. So my point is, don't over exercise yourself to the point where, you know, you're overtraining that you can't do that exercise regime in the next 5 years, because you don't want to, once you stop, that you gain your weight again. So space yourself out. Don't give yourself too much of a, you know, of a full intensity workout every single day. Okay, space yourself out. You want to be able to take your journey with you like I have, and it's been 17 years. I've maintained it for 17 years, and I'll continue to maintain mine, because I have to admit, I've taught myself how to walk, and hopefully with God's help I'll be able to walk by the age of 70 and 80. So yeah, I do a little bit of cardio and I do a little of that, but I muck around with it. I don't rely on it. So, you know, and I tell this to my members constantly. So if you're working on a cross trainer for 25 minutes, half an hour, have a bit of a think about it. Space it out, guys. Space it out, because I want you to keep that lifestyle change for a very long time. Good answer, Elizabeth. Needs to become a lifestyle change. That's right, not a chore. Absolutely, absolutely, because once it's a lifestyle, you'll be able to carry it right through. So great question, and I hope that answer helped you. You need your rest days. Very important for rest days. Very good. Excellent. Okay. We've got Marianne from Melbourne. Marianne from Melbourne. I have lost 23 kilos in 8 months. First of all, congratulations, Marianne. That is fantastic. But the last 4 months, my weight hasn't moved. Why is that? What's going on? I don't know. Great question. Great question. Now, this could happen for, you know, a few different reasons, guys. This could happen for, you know, you could be going through a plateau. So maybe your body's so used to the same routine that you put it in for the last 8 months. So you need to reevaluate exactly your food intake, your exercise regime, maybe change it up a little bit, add something, deduct something, see what you're doing. Now, this is where you have to become your own little doctor here, okay? Because you could try that out and change things, but it still doesn't budge. So you need to, you know, maybe even have a good think about, has my focus on my journey changed? Now, these things happen because obviously, you know, we do have issues at home that, you know, can easily, you know, take us off track of our focus, which is, it happens to the best of us. But the thing is, guys, you've got to constantly stay there. You've got to constantly stay there. Now, I just want to go back. I think I did mention this a little bit, but I do want to recap it a bit. When it concerns weight loss, all right, when it concerns weight loss, it's not just about losing the kilos and working from out and working in. It's actually the opposite. You've got to work from yourself, from in, out. Okay, so you're working from in out, meaning you've got to, like I mentioned a bit earlier, you got to find the real reason why you want to make this different. Why is this time, this is a great question, why is this time any different than any other time that I tried to lose weight? What makes this time so different? And don't worry about the club, and don't worry about the friends that you might have at the gym, and don't worry about the, you know, the personal trainer that you're happy with, or what. Forget about all that. What makes this time around any different than any other time you want to lose weight? Ask yourself that question. What is it? What is it? Because once you find that answer, guys, it's an automatically mindset shift. Instantly. Instant mindset shift. So once, like for me, like I mentioned before, I hated myself. I knew I deserved a better life. Enough was enough, period. Right? So it was an instant mind shift. I became hungry. I became more hungry. Thanks, Jay. More questions. I became hungry for what I wanted, right? Now, once you find out the real reason of why you want to change, and your mindset starts to shift, and you start going on that right track, all of a sudden, you're kicking butt with your food intake because you're on track. Your mind's there, you know what you want, you're focused, full on focus, right? You're exercising 3 to 5 days a week, you're on fire. You're on fire. Now, once your mind, like I said, once your mindset is right, underneath that comes your focus. Your motivation will come automatically. So I think for you, Marianne, you need to reevaluate a lot of things here. It could be a plateau. Check out what you know, see if you need to change something, what you're eating, deduct something, add something. Have a good think about your focus point. You know, is there something distracting you that your focus isn't all there? So, okay, I've got Pauline online saying that there's no volume. Can you guys hear me? We lost you again. The feed has gone again. I have volume. Okay, thanks, Rose. Karen, I can't hear you. Is it coming back? And we are back on? I didn't lose you. How cool. I can hear you. Okay, good. So volume's back here too. Robin, can you hear me? Hear you clearly. All right, fantastic. So bear with me. So always remember, guys, you know, the biggest thing is you got to work from in, out, not out, in. It's not about the kilos. Find the real reason why you want to lose weight. Number one, automatically, your mindset will change. After that, you concerning food will change. You concerning with your exercise will change. Motivation will come to you. Everything's all in balance. What are you going to get? Weight loss, kilo loss, centimeter loss, balance. That is the key. So thank you very much, Marianne, for that question. It was fantastic. Okay, a few of you guys are saying there's no volume. Oh yeah, volume's back. It's coming back. Sorry. Technology. See, I like being old school. But I have to admit, this technology stuff is pretty good. Because if we didn't have it, I wouldn't be here in front of you guys all. So that's all good. Okay, we've got Sarah. Sarah, okay. Pauline's saying she's lip reading me. Why haven't we got... Hi, not drinking enough water. Oh, how was that? That's my next question. It's concerning water. All right, can you hear me, guys? I hope you can hear me. All right, we got Sarah from Texas. Sarah from Texas. Welcome. How cool's that? Now, Sarah's question is, I know I have to drink 8 glasses of water, but I can't stand the taste of plain water. What do you suggest I do? Great question. A lot of people do not like the taste of plain water, unfortunately, even though it's the best thing for you. But like you said, yes, we do have to drink at least 8 glasses of water. And, you know, nothing beats drinking water plain. But I have to say, I found a little way that might help people drink it. Now that is squeezing fresh fruit into it. So for an example, we'll start off with a lemon. Okay, so if you can make yourself a big jug, put it in the fridge, fill it up with water, grab 1 or 2 lemons, cut it in half, take out the pips, squeeze the lemon inside it, and then chop up another lemon and put it in there. And there's your water intake for the day. So you're drinking water with lemon. Now, people that don't like lemon, which believe me, a lot of people don't, you can do the same with oranges, mandarins. So it gives it that sweet taste. Okay, you can even put, great point, Lily just mentioned, fresh lemon and mint leaves. Fantastic. So you can put mint in it. So it always gives you that fresh taste, and it's not so, plain, like, a lot of people say. So find what works for you guys. Find what fruit would help you. Drink your water. Another tip I'm going to give you, we actually did this at our group as a food demonstration a few months back. I did ice cubes with fruit juice in them. So I would grab oranges and squeeze the oranges, the juice out of the oranges in the little ice cubes. And I did the same with lemons, and we did with pineapple juice, and we will squeeze it, and then I froze it. So with my big glass of water that I would have, I will put 2 ice cubes in there. So you can even put chunks of the little fruit inside the ice cube. So not only are you drinking the juice, but you're having that chunk of lemon or mandarins or oranges. So that's another great way to drink your water. And we got Katerina online that just said lemon, mint and cucumber. Great combination. Absolutely fantastic. But that is a really great tip, guys. A really great tip. So, making your own ice cubes with fruit gives your water that little bit of, that little bit of kick. So it's always there. So great question, but no excuses. Sarah from Texas. Make sure you keep drinking that water, because water is the best thing for you guys. Water honestly is. It flushes you out. It's a detox. It helps you feel full longer, so it reduces your appetite, and it's great for obviously weight loss. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Very good. All right, we're getting through them. How are we going? Oh my God, it's 10:30. Wow, I'm not even through my own questions. Now guys, with the questions, we still got so much. Every Tuesday I will be online from 9:30 till 10:30. So all the questions that's come through tonight, okay, I'll be answering them next week, and that's how we're going to do them, because it's hard for me to read the question as you guys are typing. It's going too fast. So what I'll do, Jason, look, all your questions that you've been asking all night, I just want to show you. Jason is in the other room writing them all down. Okay, so don't worry. Every single question that you're asking, guys, will be answered next week. Okay, but I think we've got time for one more. What do you reckon? One more? Yeah? Okay. Which one can we do? There's so many of them. Okay. We've got, I'm going to go in order. We have got Sandy from Chicago. I might leave Sandy for next week. What do you reckon? I've got Katerina from Melbourne. Hi, Katerina. Okay, this question is, how long should you take to finish your meal? Great question. Very good question, guys. How long should it take you to finish your meal? Well, when you ask this question, I'm assuming that it is your dinner. I believe that you should not rush your meals. The slower you eat them, obviously the better, for a lot of reasons. Okay, for a lot of reasons. You got to enjoy the taste, especially when you're, obviously trying to lose weight, and you've been really good that night, and then you get your beautiful meal in front of you. You don't want to just scoff it down and think, was that dinner? Was that it? Was it done? That's it. So sit down, relax, enjoy it. I've got to take my own advice here. The last year and a half since I've been at the club, I don't know what that is. But sit down, enjoy it, and taste your food. Taste it. And, the thing is, it should take it. Okay, it should take about 15 to 20 minutes, and you got to remember, if you are a fast eater and you don't know how to slow your food down, slow yourself eating, cut it up, put your fork and knife on the table, chew and swallow, start again and start again. Okay, so that is really important. So if you can do that and teach yourself that way. Another thing is great too, is try not to have conversation while you're eating. Okay, because the food doesn't digest. So, people that constantly eat very fast are the people that usually get, indigestion, reflux, heartburn. So slow your food down, and it'll make you feel full longer instead of just hovering it. And you got to remember one thing, guys, this is really important with this. It takes 20 minutes. 20 minutes for the brain to register that you are full. So the second you feel full, whether you finish that plate or not, push it away. Push it away. Okay? So always remember that. It takes 20 minutes. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Good night. See you all next week. Same time. Good night. Thank you.